Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, whichever one you guys are at in the time while you're watching this video. Today, I want to talk to you guys about a couple different things. So first, I want to announce where I'm going to school at. I want to announce why I chose that school, how to find which school you're going to or which one you want to go to, the factors that you should be thinking about when making this decision, and all in all, let's just talk about college. Let's talk about money. That's all it is. It's a pretty down to earth video today. It's just me, my experience. So I'm not like some professional at this all, but this is just like I'm a high school senior and I'm making this decision. And of course, we have this whole coronavirus going on, so I wasn't able to really tour all the schools that I wanted to, which just sucks. But it's just life now. This is just what we have to go through, especially all of us seniors. It's a hard decision because we're making like the decision that will determine our whole life. Well, I don't want to like scare nobody, but yes, it's a big step into our new life, and to kind of have to do that off of these virtual reality tours and things like that, it's unethical, but it's just what we have to do. So to start off with this video, I was accepted to every school I applied to.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Now, before you think I'm a hotshot and I'm super smart with a 4.5 GPA, and a 1500 SAT, I can't even say it right, 1500 SAT, that's not me. I didn't apply to any UCs or any Cal States. I know a lot of you are going to turn it off right when I say that, but before you do, the reason I didn't apply to those schools was just because I've come from, only having 50 kids max in my whole like grade. At every school I was at two different schools, both private. So I decided to stick to that small numbers, small class size. I didn't want to go from 20 kids a class to 400. Like that'd just be overwhelmed for me. And that's something that you guys actually have to take like note of and understand while you're doing this whole process, is what is going to be the best suited for you. So I have 5 tips plus one little bonus tip that I'm just going to give you guys. First things first though, let's just dive into my story and what happened with me. So like I said, I applied to all private schools and I was accepted to all of them. So I was accepted into Chapman University, Pepperdine University, Grand Canyon University, Cal Baptist University, Azusa Pacific, Northern Arizona, Corbin, and Cal Lutheran. And so that's pretty much the schools that I was applied to. I might have been accepted to two others that I just don't even remember right now. They just weren't on my mind when I was making this decision. And the school that I chose to go with is Grand Canyon University. So the reason I chose Grand Canyon University over schools like Pepperdine and Chapman, which are super elite schools, is simply just because I found that Grand Canyon is going to be the best fit for me to succeed. I want to go into business and finance. So I'm going to be doing a double major in finance and entrepreneurship. Finance because I know that that's like where the money's at. That's what I'm into, and that's where I find me having a best career in. Entrepreneurship just because I love business and that's all I've been wanting to do. And so hopefully when I get the money and stuff, I'll be able to go through with entrepreneurship and kind of expand and create multiple streams of income, which is the whole thing I always tell everybody it's all about, is just creating multiple streams of income. So here's my tips to what made me choose a school and what you should be looking for too. And again, this is a personal like opinion. Always listen, of course, to anyone who's like accredited or something like that with this stuff, if there are people who are accredited. This is just my whole opinion, and hopefully that you guys can kind of learn from me and what I'm going through and kind of choose your own route. So the first tip I have for you is to know yourself. Know what like you're into. What's the class size that you want to be going to? What's the type of community you want to be going into? Do you want to be going far, or do you want to be staying close? Will you be homesick? I think that's something we all are going to have to go through, but some people are like, they're like, no, I want to stay home, and some people are like, I want to get as far away as possible. So know yourself first. Know what's like the things that you have into like yourself, as far as what school would be the best fit, as far as like sizing, community, things like that. The second tip I have for you is, what is your major or your interest? Now, although some people don't have it all figured out, in the sense of what they want to go into. Like, I was thankfully gifted to where, God's always been telling me business, 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 and I know that for a fact. But some people just don't know what it is yet. But if you do know what you have, you're ahead of the game, because now you get to filter out and find schools that are top in your stuff. For instance, Grand Canyon is a business school, so that's why it's in my sort. Whereas like maybe I don't know what Grand Canyon's like weak things are, but let's say Grand Canyon has a weak program in nursing, which I don't think they do. Let's just say they do. You probably don't want to go to Grand Canyon. Pepperdine is top in business and law school. But if Pepperdine is terrible at, like being an engineer, even though it has a good name, why are you gonna want to go to Pepperdine if they're not good at that genre that you're looking for, that major? Now, the third step that I took for me personally is, what is your financial situation? You gotta know that, because like that was a tough thing for me with Pepperdine being my dream school, and it also costing $75,000 a year. Like, that's like buying a brand new car, like top-notch Mercedes or whatever, BMW, for 4 years. Like, I can't do that as an 18-year-old and just buy 4 M4s or something like that. Like, I just can't. So if you're able to do that and you're not like me, go for it. Just like, money's no problem, do it. However, you got to understand like what's your financial situation. You got to be realistic with how much debt are you willing to take. GCU is going to be super cheap for me. Pepperdine is going to be super expensive. I got scholarships to both. Pepperdine though, $75,000. They gave me like $25,000, still $50,000 a year, times 4, $200K. Too much. GCU, I probably paying less there than my high school. So like, it's a win for me. Now the fourth step, which is probably the like hardest one that it was for like me specifically to take in, is just that a degree is a degree wherever it is. Whatever name is on it, that degree is just a degree. It's the experience that you do and the things you do with that degree, not what name is on it from what school. Someone from Harvard can have that degree, and I can have a different degree from a different school that's not as high as Harvard. But if I'm the one putting in the more work, if I'm the more qualified, the more better person for the job, I'm gonna get hired. The fifth step that I recommend is knowing what college experience you want to have. For me personally, when I visited the different campuses, when I took my trip to GCU, it honestly felt like a vacation. Like, when I got back, I was like, I want to go back there. Like, I was having fun. And so you need to know which experience do you really want to get out of this whole college stuff. Some people don't even care about the experience. They just want to go in, get their degree, and go out. They don't care where it comes from. They just want to get their degree, and that's perfectly okay. You just need to know which one is best for you. My sixth and bonus little tip, which is the biggest tip of them all, and honestly, this tip will carry out from all the rest of the stuff and carry out through life. God's gonna open whatever door is perfect and right for you. He has a plan. We can't see that. We don't know what his plan is. We may think we do, but he ultimately has the plan for us. He's gonna open up every door that you need. So whether you do the SAT and you get a lower score than you wanted, whether you're stressed out about if this college is gonna accept you, don't even worry about it. Just try your best. God's gonna open every door he needs to. And I can personally open up to that in the sense of me getting into Pepperdine and Chapman when their grades that were required were way above mine. But God opened the door and gave me the opportunity. Now, I didn't choose that because of other certain factors, but God's gonna open up whatever door it is. Don't let that average score of the SAT or GPA scare you from shooting your shot for that school, because ultimately God's gonna be the judge of whether or not you get in there. He has full control. All you can do is try your hardest, pray, let him do the rest. That is all I have for this video, guys. Make sure you subscribe, like this video. Seniors out there, go ahead and comment what schools you guys are looking at or going to, or what school you've been accepted to. I really want to hear that. If you are going to GCU next year, please let me know. If you are at GCU, please follow me on Instagram or something. Connect with me. We can talk. We can hang out when I get there shortly. And that being said, that's all for this video. I'm clocking out. This is Jaden Ward. Peace.